Alam na alam natin mga riders ang convenience ng paggamit ng ating mga motorsiklo araw-araw. Malaki ang natitipid natin sa oras at pati na rin sa gastos. Pero hindi lang sa pang-araw-araw na biyahe sa eskwela, opisina o business nagagamit ang mga motor. Pwede rin itong pang road trip at pang adventure. Motorcycles represent freedom, independence at excitement, something that you don't quite get from driving a four-wheeled vehicle. Kahit small displacement na motorsiklo, malayo na ang mararating mo. Pero kung super adventure ang habol mo, kailangan mo ng konting upgrade. At dyan, swak na swak ang mga touring bikes. This is definitely the adventure seeker's dream bike.
Hi, ako si Paolo Abrera at ito ang Ride Mo To, the show for riders and soon-to-be riders. Naghahanap ba kayo ng adventure? Well, saktong-sakto dahil this weekend mismo ang pag-uusapan natin because we are featuring adventure bikes.
Tama ka dyan, Paolo. Matututunan natin kung saan maganda gamitin ang adventure or touring bikes na tinatawag. At mamaya, meron naman tayong bagong eksperimento.
Oh, ayan na naman si Prof and his experiments. Abangan na lang natin yan.
Oo, kasi matututo na naman tayo ng mga bagong lessons.
Well, pag-usapan muna natin ang mga adventure bikes na nandito ngayon. We have the Kawasaki Versys 1000.
At ang Suzuki V-Strom 1000.
Popogi ng mga bikes na to. At bukod pa dyan, meron pa tayong makikilalang kamotor natin na makikipagkwentuhan about her adventures with her motorcycle.
Wow, ang dami pala natin gagawin today. Ayusin ko na mga gamit natin para sa experiment.
Ihanda mo na yan, Prof, at umpisa na natin ang adventure na to. Tara, let's ride na!
Halos lahat naman ng klase ng motor ay pwede mong gamitin ng pangmahabaang biyahe. Pero ang tinatawag na touring bike ay talagang design para sa mga road trip adventures. Ilan lang sa mga features nito ay may malaking fairings at windshield para mas relax ang biyahe, mas malaking fuel tank at mas relaxed na seating position. Kaya naman ang mga motor na ito ang perfect na pang road trip companion.
Kung road trip companion ang hanap ninyo, siguradong hindi kayo mabibitin dito sa Kawasaki Versys 1000. Isa ito sa pinakasikat na touring bikes na binibenta ng Kawasaki dito sa ating bansa. At sa ating mga kamotor na mahilig sa adventure, siguradong kilalang kilala nila ang Kawasaki Versys 1000. All you need to do is load it with gas at hindi ka mauubusan ng adventure ideas for your next long ride. This is a sports touring motorcycle, 1,043 cc's, equipped with ABS and has a 21-liter fuel tank capacity. Alright, sinusubukan natin tong Versys 1000 from Kawasaki. This is of course their premium touring bike. Para sa akin, ang dating nito is more of a sports touring bike. Pangmalayuan ng takbuhan but very, very comfortable. Ang market ng bike na to is it's intended for riders who see themselves going on adventures na mostly kalye ang tatakbuhin nila. Pero dahil sa comfort level, extreme comfort level talaga na nararamdaman mo on the Versys 1000, you can really imagine yourself doing hundreds, if not thousands of miles on a bike like this. Here in regular traffic conditions, although malaki siya, it's actually big enough to maneuver. Of course, medyo kailangan mong bantayan yung mga clearances. It's not as easy to put this bike through small spaces pagdating sa singitan in traffic. Pero bawing-bawi ka naman sa comfort level. Now, one of the things that stand out about the Versys is of course the fact na inline 4 siya, meaning 4-cylinder bike which are known for being very, very smooth. Pagdating sa power delivery, swabing-swabe. Parang ang pwede kang mag-shift into the first 2 or 3 gears at iiwan mo na lang doon because the bike has so much power na kayang-kaya niyang humatak from almost any gear. Ang isa pang dagdag sa kanyang comfort levels is of course the way the suspension is set up. Super swabe siya. It's really made for going long distances in comfort. So itong mga medyo baku-bakong daan, potholes at imperfect road surface, naku, mani-mani lang sa Versys 1000. On the open road, stretching your legs out like this na nakatayo is a good way to relieve some of the road miles. And in this position, komportable siya. You can grip the tank with your knees. Very comfortable ang kanyang handlebar height for this standing position na alternative position when you want to relax. Pag umabot na sa open road ang adventure mo, ibang klase ang comfort level talaga netong Kawasaki Versys 1000. It's a very, very comfortable bike, but at the same time, it's also a very high performance sport touring machine. Tulad nga ng nabanggit ko kanina, medyo mas road-oriented tong setup ng Versys 1000. It has 1717 wearing very sporty rubber, no? It's the same kind of tires na makikita mo on many sport bikes. Although slightly harder compound, so you get better mileage, lalo na pag malayuan ng takbuhan. But really the thing that stands out for me for the Versys is yung comfort level niya iba talaga eh. The smoothness of the inline-4 engine cannot be beat. Whether you're on slower pleasure miles like this or pag inabot ka na ng medyo highway miles na mabilisan, super smooth pa rin talaga ang power delivery ng inline 4. Ang isa pang maganda is you have very little vibrations coming from a multi-cylinder engine like this. So hindi siya masyadong nakakangawit. Alam mo yung feeling na medyo nangawit yung kamay mo o yung mga paa mo from the vibrations. Here on an inline 4 engine, riders who are looking for smoothness will find what they're looking for. Lalo na pagdating sa rear view mirrors, yung view mo is not disturbed dahil wala masyadong shake at wala masyadong vibration because super smooth talaga ang inline 4 engine. The braking is also excellent. You can count on Kawasaki's version of ABS braking to keep things under control. This bike actually has a number of different sensors. I believe this has a 5-axis sensor system na minimeasure niya yung speed mo, yung lean angle mo, and it tailors the bike's power delivery to make sure that you keep traction to a maximum when you're on these roads. Particularly pagka medyo ganito damp conditions na medyo paambon-ambon, traction control is such an important thing. You also have the capability to tailor the power of the bike. You can run it on full power, you can detune it a little bit, which is useful kung medyo baguhan ka to large capacity bikes or large displacement bikes like this. But it doesn't give up anything in performance, in my opinion. This is a bike that you can put through the paces na kaya mo makipagsabayan sa mga full-blown sport bikes but still have a high degree of comfort. Lalo na dito sa upuan na nakakabit dito sa Versys 1000. It's a very, very comfortable seat. Ang sarap ng padding niya at talagang hindi mangangawit on these longer rides where you're gonna put in a lot of road miles. And I wanna underline that, road miles. This is a very road-oriented machine, so bagay siya sa mga riders na naghahanap ng adventure bike or sports touring bike that he imagines using on long road journeys.
At first glance, mapapansin mo na agad ang sporty and aggressive styling ng Versys. With its sharp lines and edges, guwapo at may dating ang sport bike na ito. Sa twin headlights pa lang, tawag pansin na. It's also equipped with an adjustable windscreen that you can adjust without the use of tools. Very practical dahil madali mo itong mai-adjust depending on your preference, providing you with excellent wind protection. Another note, may heel guard pads din ang Versys para makaiwas sa pag-chip ng paint ng bike nyo. Sa cockpit naman, makikita natin ang instrument cluster nito, mixing a classic analog tachometer plus a multifunction LCD panel. This is a bike designed for long rides. Unang-una, kontrolado mo ang seating position mo. Pwedeng upright ang upo at pwedeng mag-adjust ng konti dahil sa slim seat design at knee grip characteristic ng tank. Mahalaga na komportable ang upuan ng isang touring bike, kaya kahit slim ang seat nito, komportable pa rin dahil meron itong adequate cushioning at support. Isa pang hinahanap sa mga adventure bikes ang power, and this bike has it. Pag aarangkada, mararamdaman mo ang racing DNA ng bike na ito. You can feel all of its 118 horses under you, which is certainly more than enough power in any situation you may encounter. What I like about this bike is how smooth it delivers all that power from the inline 4. Magandang throttle response niya. You also have a 3-mode Kawasaki traction control to give you enhanced stability in slippery conditions and optimum traction naman kapag gustuin mong umarangkada sa track or on a long stretch of road. Power mode selection will help newbie riders tame this bike, especially if you're not used to having this much bike. Usually, big bikes like these would offer unending power, pero ang paborito kong feature ng bike na ito ay ang Eco Mode. More fuel efficiency, more adventures. It's definitely a must-have feature para sa mga adventure seekers.
Huwag kayong aalis dahil sa aming pagbabalik, susubukan namin ang Suzuki V-Strom 1000.
Kapit lang dito sa
Ride mo to! Welcome back sa Ride Mo To. Patuloy ang adventure natin with our awesome touring bikes. And this time, this is what we have for you. It's the Suzuki V-Strom 1000. This is a bike that is willing to take you anywhere you want to go. At siguradong pag ito ang bike mo, palagi kang nasa labas. Dahil, tignan mo naman, poging-pogi talaga ang big bike na to. Ang biggest factor why you would consider a bike like this is etong V-Strom is, as the name implies, V-engine, V-twin siya. Twin cylinder in a V formation. At iba ang power characteristic, iba yung power delivery ng V-twin. V-twins are known for medyo mas torquey ang kanyang power delivery, mas punchy. It doesn't have the all-out smoothness of an inline 4. Pero ang characteristic niya is medyo slightly mas macho, slightly more brusco. And some people prefer that, some people like that. Ang laro kasi ng V-twin is usually more on the low-end torque. This particular bike is set up with, I believe it's 1719 na 80-20 tires. No? Ibig sabihin 80% road, 20% tires. So meron siyang capability to go off-road. So this is a bike that would be of interest para sa mga riders na pag nag-imagine sila ng mga adventure nila, nakikita nila ang kasama dyan mga gravel roads, light trails, at mga slightly more challenging conditions which you need a bigger front wheel and more capable tires. And this bike is aimed at riders who see themselves doing a little bit of off-road. No? It's certainly not a full off-road machine because of its size and weight, pero very capable and very versatile itong V-Strom. In terms of rider comfort, komportable din to. It has a bit more of a firm seat. Gustong-gusto ko tong textured upholstery na makikita mo dito sa upuan. Alright, other things na magiging very useful for a rider on a long-distance tour or a long-distance adventure is the addition of a charging port. Stock from the factory, meron na siyang charging port na pwede mong gamitin to charge your various gadgets, GPS, smartphone, and that sort of thing. So very useful yung mga bagay na ganyan. You can even bring along small compressor or tire inflator, pwede mong gamitin by using this charging port that Suzuki has provided here on the V-Strom. Alright, when you come to the open road, wala naman talagang katalo sa comfort na may bibigay sa'yo ng adventure bikes or touring bikes. These long-distance bikes are definitely set up for first and foremost comfort and balancing that with performance. And of course, the Suzuki V-Strom 1000 gives you both, no? Comfort and performance.
Sa harapan, pansinin talaga itong nose beak that points out from the front. Suzuki says this design helps with the bike's aerodynamic design, and I'm inclined to agree. Hindi mo na kailangan ng wind tunnel para makita na humihiwa ng hangin ang harapan nitong V-Strom 1000. Also, the windscreen is tall and you can adjust it using 3 preset angles. That's very useful to control the wind when you're riding. Standard na ang mga handguards at under-engine cowl on the bike. Mapapansin mo rin ang tapered style handlebars nito at wire-spoked wheels and tubeless tires na perfect for a bike that wants to be called a real adventure bike. Pagdating naman sa instrument panel, meron din itong analog tachometer with a digital speedometer on the side at gear indicator. Una mong mapapansin ay kung gaano kaswabe ang shifting ng 1000 XT. Magaan din ang clutch nito thanks to the assist slipper system. Suabe ang mga downshifts. That's really nice to have considering you've got 99 horsepower under you. That's plenty of power, more than enough to make long rides eventful and enjoyable. Pero kahit na malakas ang makina nito, what I like about the V-Strom 1000 XT is the power delivery. Suabe ang pasok ng power at hindi ka bibiglain. The V-Strom 1000 also features a low RPM assist system that raises the RPMs pag binitawan mo ang clutch, resulting in smoother starts. Pero ang pinaka nakakabilib sa motor na ito ay ang Bosch 5-axis inertial measurement na ito. What this does is it always checks what the motorcycle is doing to make sure you always have the best braking available for the traction that you have. Tinutulungan din ito ang bike na mas maging stable kapag nasa corners ka, kaya ito rin ang tinatawag na cornering ABS.
Ang tindi naman talaga ng lineup ng mga bikes natin in this episode, pero naisip namin na magpakilala sa inyo ng isang kamotor natin na adventure talaga ang hanap. In fact, we hope that it inspires you to go on your own adventures.
At ang pinakamalaking adventure na nasa isip ko ngayon dito sa Pilipinas ay yung tinatawag na Philippine Loop. Alam mo ba kung ano yung Philippine Loop?
Philippine Loop? Ano ba yun, Prof?
Yung Philippine Loop, yun yung iikot ka ng buong Pilipinas using your motorcycle. Magsa-start ka sa Manila, akit ka ng Pagudpod, baba ka ng Bicol, all the way down to Davao and everything in between. Then akit ka na naman dun sa Cebu, Mindoro, Batangas, back to Manila.
Ang haba nun, Prof!
Mahabang mahaba. At ginawa yun ng guest natin na babae on a big bike like this one. At walang iba kundi si Miss MJ Sarte.
Panoorin natin to.
Dati, out of curiosity lang, nakikita ko yung mga riders na dumadaan doon sa bahay namin, papuntang Marilake, naka-full battle gear. Sabi ko, ano kaya feeling? Tapos hanggang sa nakakilala na ako ng mga riders, so doon na ako nag-start. Nag-Sierra Madre na kami. Pero inaalalayan nila ako kasi nga sobrang newbie ko. Pero doon lang, nagsimula. Nag-Philippine Loop ako. Kasi from Dumaguete to Manila, solo ride na lang ako eh. Siyempre, first time mo doon sa lugar. Wala kang kakilala, hindi mo alam kung saan ka pupunta. Nag-take off kami sa Jigo Silang. All the way to Dumaguete, 11 kami. Kaya lang pagdating kasi ng Dumaguete, nagpalit ako ng gulong. So, ang nangyari, naiwan ako sa Dumaguete. Lahat ng mga kasama ko, nauna na. Sabi ko, susunod na lang ako. Kaya lang, hindi nagawa agad yung gulong. Hindi nagawa agad yung motor. So, 3 days akong naiwan doon sa Dumaguete. From Dumaguete to Manila, nagsolo na ako. Until North Loop. Iba yung feeling. Iba yung feeling pag nagra-ride ka. Iba yung feeling pag yung nakakotse ka at naka 4 wheels, pag naka 2 wheels ka. Iba, malaki pagkakaiba. Pag nasanay ka sa big bike or nasanay kang magmotor at nag 4 wheels ka, nakakainip.
Nasa Nasubukan din ni MJ ang ating mga adventure bikes. Ano naman ang masasabi mo about our guwapong mga adventure bikes? MJ, etong Kawasaki, tell me, what did you think about this?
Masarap siyang gamitin.
Oh yes, diba?
Masarap. Very smooth.
1000cc inline 4, so smooth na
Yes.
smooth ang power
Oo.
delivery niya, kakaiba, no? Ano yung mga favorite features mo dito? It's got traction control, ABS.
Yes,
Ano yung mga
yes.
features na sa tingin mo very useful for adventure riders?
Yung ABS, okay na sa akin yun eh. Masaya na ako doon. At least alam ko sa sarili ko na medyo may laban ako ng konti.
Right, okay. You're a lady rider, not particularly tall, pero kayang-kaya mo tong dalhin, no? Sa tingin mo, kanino ba nababagay to? Who should be looking at this bike?
At least siguro, experienced rider.
Okay.
Hindi siya po pwede sa beginner. Masyado siyang malaki.
Okay.
Powerful para sa isang beginner.
Right, okay. And this is definitely something na built for the long haul. Yung comfort level niya, ako nung inupuan ko to, ang sarap nung upuan.
Oo,
para ka
parang
nakaupo sa
sa
sopa. para ka nakaupo sa sopa.
Sinabi mo, oo,
so mukhang
sarap.
kahit buong araw kang nakaupo dyan,
sobrang comfort.
komportable.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
dream adventure. Kung etong Versys, dala mo on an adventure trip, saan ka magpupunta?
Siguro pupunta ako ng Sagada.
Okay, mukhang sasama ako dyan sa Sagada plan mo. At ito naman ang
Sige.
dadalhin ko, the Suzuki V-Strom, the other bike that we're featuring in this episode. Ito naman, iba naman ang dating niya, no? Instead of an
Yes.
inline 4, naka V-twin engine layout to. So, iba rin yung characteristic niya. Mas may vibration, mas raw. That's very appealing for different types of riders. May ibang rider na hinahanap niya very smooth ang engine experience. Ang iba naman gusto nila yung medyo raw and may vibration ang hinahanap nila. I also like the layout that they chose for the wheels, naka 17-19
Yeah.
with semi-off-road tires. So, ito bagay to for riders. Pag sinabi mong adventure ride, siguro ang ini-imagine nila may kasamang konting off-road, konting gravel,
Yes.
fire roads. So, nababagay din yung bike na to. So, of course, it really all depends on what kind of rider you are and what kind of adventure you plan on going to. There is a bike na bagay sa'yo. Huwag kayong aalis dahil sa aming pagbabalik, bibigyan tayo ni Prof. M ng ilang special tips for our future adventures.
At sisimulan na rin natin ang ating experiment sa pagbabalik ng Ride Mo To!
Welcome back sa Ride Mo To. Prof, natapos ko ng sakyan ng ating mga adventure bikes at tuwang-tuwa ko. They are awesome bikes. Now, meron ka bang ilang mga tips o kahit na isang pinaka-importanting tip na ma-share natin sa ating mga kamotor who are planning to go on their own adventures?
Yes, meron. Pre-planning. Planuhin mabuti yung mga gagawin, dadalhin, dadaanan at lahat. Planuhin kung ano yung grain gear, magdala ng pera, saan yung stop points, rest points, ano yung ruta, at anong gagawin in between. Lahat yun, planuhin mabuti. Dahil the last thing that we want ay ang ating pinaplan na napaka-fun adventure ay maging disgrasya. So for safety and fun, plan ahead.
Prof, napaka-basic, napaka-simple, pero napaka-importante niyang lesson at tip na na-share mo sa ating mga future adventurers. Pero isa pang tanong, Prof, ano ba talaga ang kinakalikot mo dito kanina? Yun ang gusto kong malaman eh.
Kasi alam mo naman, excited na ako sa susunod na segment natin to. Panahon na ulit para sa ating experiment! Prof. M's disclaimer, health is wealth, sabi ng nanay ko. Kung pangit ang pumapasok sa katawan natin, pangit ang epekto sa katawan. Ganon din ang karburador ng isang makina tulad nito. Pag pangit ang pumapasok sa karburador, maliban sa malinis na hangin, pangit din ang epekto sa makina, nasisira. Do not try this at home. Lahat ng motor galing sa factory, meron tinatawag na karburador. Ang ginagawa nitong karburador na to nandito is humihigop siya ng hangin, hinahalo yung gasolina at nagpapasabog dito sa loob ng makina para makaikot ng gears at mapaandar ang motor ninyo. Now, attached to the carburetor is an air filter. Ang ginagawa niya ay nililinis niya ang hangin para malinis lang na hangin ang papasok. Lahat ng dumi may iwan dun sa filter. Parang katawan lang ng tao yan. Pag yung kinakain o hinihinga natin ay madumi, hindi maganda ang effect sa katawan. Ang problema sa marami sa atin, tinatanggal ng mga ibang motorista yung air filter ng karburador. Ang eksperimento natin ngayon is, ano ba ang mangyayari pag tinanggal natin ang air filter at kung ano-ano ang pumasok sa loob ng karburador? Let's find out. Ito nakita natin ngayon sa eksperimento nating napaka-interesting. Kaya i-take ng karburador ang mga maliliit na dumi. Kaya niya yung mga maliliit na buhangin, eto, mga kung ano-anong dahon na ano man, kaya niya. Pero after a while, babara at babara yan at hindi mo na matatakbo ang motor mo. Yan ang sinasabi ko. Keep the air filter on, kundi ito mangyayari sa inyo. I'm Prof. M and this is our experiment for today. Let's ride na!
Pinabilib mo talaga ako, Prof. Akalain mong naikumpara mo ang motor sa human body.
Alam mo naman tayo, Paolo eh. Di ba ako ay doktor ng motor.
Mismo. O paano, hanggang dito na lang ang aming episode mga kamotor. Tune in again next week dito sa nag-iisang show for riders and soon to be riders ang Ride Mo To! Let's ride na!